go shopping to New World, a supermarket in New Zealand. There are two main supermarket players in New Zealand, Foodstuffs and Woolworths. Foodstuff own New World and Pak'nSave and a few others. And in a previous video, I went to Pak'nSave. I'll put a link to that video here. Pak'nSave is considered the lowest priced groceries in New Zealand, whereas New World is considered the most expensive, yet they're owned by the same company. I'm going to take you shopping to New World to do my weekly shop and see how it compares. Hi, I'm Emily and I run Emily in NZ, living, working and exploring New Zealand. I post a video every Friday, so hit subscribe and see what I've been up to this week. Let's go shopping to New World. Like Pak'nSave, it's lovely to see a good selection of colourful produce. Bananas were $3.49 per kilo, which was comparable to Pak'nSave. And a punnet of tomatoes is $7.99, which is to be expected during the winter. They are currently $6.99 in Pak'nSave. This continues my bugbear on capsicums. They are $3.99 for a green one, but if you want a yellow one, it's $4.29, so I didn't get any. Cucumbers are $4.99. I really resent paying that when last week I paid $2.50 at Pak'nSave, but Monty likes his cucumbers. Potatoes, $2.79 for a kilo, pretty good, but how is it the same price even though they're washed or not washed? Surely you pay extra for them getting washed. $1.99 for this massive celery. This is a seasonal price as they're in season, but they were 99 cents in Pak'nSave last week. Also in season are carrots at $1.99 per kilo, and that pretty much compares to the other supermarkets. Apples aren't really in season and they're $5.99 per kilo. I have decided this summer we're going to be growing strawberries. $10.99 for about 13 winter strawberries. Heading over to the deli counter now. This is one of the reasons it's well worth shopping in New World. Look at those sandwiches. They do pork pies, they do salads and they do pastries. Beautiful. Their meat selection looks fresh and reasonably priced, but the portions just weren't very big. That mince wasn't very big and I couldn't find our sausages, but I was really impressed by this pork loin. That was a really good price, so we enjoyed a lovely roast dinner. This is where I noticed the size of things. I couldn't get my English breakfast tea in 90 bags, so I had to buy 30. There wasn't the option for the bigger items. In all my shop with me videos, you'll see me buying UHT whole milk, which the kids enjoy drinking before bed. I actually held back and only bought 2, but I've since done the comparison, and at $2.19, it was the same price as in Pak'nSave. So this was a good example of New World keeping their prices down. New World talk about finding the red sticker for the Super Savers, and that's a really good example. Unfortunately though, I couldn't find our Arnott's biscuits, so I had to get a different selection of biscuits for Pam. But I was pleased that I managed to find the children's Hundreds of Thousands biscuits, which is the brand that they prefer to have. This is called Daddy's Chocolate. It's the chocolate the kids aren't allowed to have unless they've been very good. And we like to buy a big bar, but I could only find the half-size bar, so you can see my disappointment looking at the size of the bar. I was pleased to find something I had been looking for in Pak'nSave. These ice cream cones. I haven't been able to find them in Countdown or Pak'nSave, and I found them today. This is their small seafood and fresh meat counter. Looks pretty good, and Pak'nSave has a really big one and Woolworths has a smaller selection. I'm really pleased to find these pepperoni McCain's pizzas because I can only find them in Woolworths, and they're $6.99 a pizza. They're Monty's favourite, so I bought a few of them for the freezer. This is another good example of finding different things at New World. They had frozen strawberries, which is something I haven't seen in my local Pak'nSave for a while. And here's my favourite comparison in all my shop with me videos. How much is a kilogram of cheese? This was $10.19, exactly the same price as Pak'nSave. Quite specific in wanting this exact bolognese jar. It's $5.29, which is comparable to the other supermarkets. here's my cooking tip. I've got some leftover roast chicken from a roast dinner, so I'm going to use condensed chicken soup to make a chicken pie with short crust pastry and some sweet corn and peas inside. We're currently getting through a lot of 2-minute noodles. They're Tilly's favourite. She eats half a packet when she wants a snack. I got very lost. I don't shop in this supermarket very often and I couldn't find the milk. I've got so many edits of me just driving around the supermarket looking very lost. I suppose that's what happens when you go to a supermarket you don't go to regularly. Don't those croissants and bread look lovely? And that selection of cakes, well, that's got my attention. How nice do they look? This is an area I got a bit confused. They didn't seem to have my normal selection and also didn't have the large boxes of washing detergent, so I ended up just buying a small one. And here, the 4-pack of paper towels looked a lot more expensive than what I'd normally pay, so I just bought a 2-pack because that's all I need this week. Let's have a look at the beer and wine selection. I didn't buy any this week, but there were some good deals, I have to say. Pak'nSave do some really good deals with weekend offers for beer and wine, so it's not fair to compare as it wasn't the weekend. This is the gluten-free, free from organic section, which we personally don't need to buy from, but it was really good selection and I can definitely recommend it. I think this wool sums up the average person who shops around here. Right, let's check out. Now, the first thing I noticed was the size of that conveyor belt. I was loading and then I was politely waiting because I had quite a few things. Clearly it's not designed for too much in your trolley. But it was lovely. Somebody packed for me. I didn't film them because it wasn't fair, but you get to the end and they pack it all back in your trolley for you, which you definitely don't get at Pak'nSave. With my $300, they've drawn me in, collecting the stickers for glass containers. Wow, I've got enough for a vacuum pump, but if I did another shop, I can get myself multiple containers. It's quite tempting.
Well, that was interesting. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I spent $305. I didn't really stock up. I got what we needed for the week. Considering the previous week at Pak'nSave, I did a bigger shop and I got a lot more bulk items. And I spent $320. But little things like portion sizes. I bought some mince. I didn't get a kilogram because they didn't offer a kilogram. They only offered 500 grams. I needed to get kitchen roll or paper towels. And I ended up getting a pack of 2 rather than a pack of 4. The prices were similar, but the portions were smaller. And I think that's the biggest thing to note. I also noticed, and you might have seen from the footage, I was bringing the average age down considerably. Considering I do my shops early in the morning after I've dropped the kids off before I started work, that was very busy. It was busy with the older generation. The generation that aren't shopping for the whole family, aren't shopping for small children, and maybe shopping for themselves or just one other. So there was some fabulous looking ready meals and gorgeous deli items, as I showed you. I think it's possible to do a weekly shop there, but I don't think this is the place I need to go with me and my family, buying in bulk the quantities that we're going to get through as the children get older. But it's certainly nice to see that a lot of the prices compare. Thank you for watching. I post every Friday about living, working and exploring New Zealand. We go on lots of adventures and want to share with you what it's like if you were to visit New Zealand or want to come and live here. I'll see you in my next video.